In the 7F notes, we're going to do some word problems that are going to involve polynomials. This is on page 107. We'll be focusing mostly on rectangles, in fact, almost entirely. So let's just say we have a rectangle and it is 2 by 4, and I'm just kind of tossing this out here. And so I'm going to kind of show it. It's 2 inches by 4 inches, and we want to know what the area is, and we multiply 2 times 4 and find out that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's going to be the area, which is equal to length times width, is going to be equal to 8 square inches. So whenever we're talking about area, we'll always be talking about square inches because it looks like this. We're kind of counting how many little squares that we can get out of that. Shortcut is to multiply 2 times 4. All right, so in this first situation here, it asks us to find the area of a shaded region. So here we're going to look at this particular shaded region here. And you see there's lots of things going on. There's a big rectangle and there's this little rectangle, but the shaded one here is the one here in the middle. And if I want to find the area of a rectangle, I multiply its length times its width. Well, that's not exactly easy to just look at and see because it never tells us how long it is from here to here. However, we know that from this distance to this distance is 10. And then from here to here is 3, and from here to here is 3. So I'd have 3. And what I'm going to have along this section right here, 3, that's 6. So this must be 4 going from here to there. So I get 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. So what I did, I took the 10 and subtracted the 2 3s. So 10 minus 2 times 3, and that was 10 times 6, which is 4, is what's left over. Then this vertical distance from here to here, we can do the same thing. We just need to know how long it is from top to bottom, which is 8. And then if that's 8, then I'm going to have to subtract off 3 and subtract off 3 again. So I have 8. I'm going to subtract off 3 once and subtract off 3 twice. So that's really 8, subtract 2 3s. So 8 minus 6, which leaves us with 2. So we know that this distance from here to here, I'll put the little arrows on there, is 2. Well, now that I know how big, let's just double check it. It's 2 plus 3, that's 5, and plus another 3, that's 8. All right, so now I know the length and the width of this shaded rectangle, and to find the area, I'm going to multiply length times width. So I have 2 times 4 is 8, and it's going to be in square centimeters for that answer. All right, so then let's look at below it here. This time I have this look to it, and the shaded area is the outside area, and I want to figure out what the area is. So, you know, if this is 8 times 10 for the area of the big rectangle, and you can kind of picture that there, if I divided it and showed all my little rectangles, there's going to be 80 of the rectangles. 8 times 10 is 80 square centimeters. And we just found out, because if you notice, the numbers are all the same, 10, 10, 8, 8, all the 3s. So it's the same thing. We've already found that the area right here was 8 square centimeters. That little section was. So if I find that there's 8 times 10 is equal to 80 square centimeters in the whole big rectangle, and then I subtract out the 8 that's in the middle that we've already calculated, I'm going to have 80 subtract 8 is equal to 72 square centimeters in this shaded area here. Okay, so that was obviously not any polynomials in that. We did it just so that you have a concept of finding area and finding it of sections that are shaded. So here this is find the area of the shaded region. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of the outer big rectangle. So the area of the big, I'll put a little rectangle there. And then I'm going to subtract out the area of the, I'll call it the inner rectangle. All right, so the area is length times width, so that's going to be 3x times 8x plus 2, subtract x times 3x minus 4. So that was my length times width and length times width. And that's going to represent the area of the shaded region. Now, I want to simplify that as well and combine like terms. So simplify is going to mean to eliminate the parentheses and then combine like terms. So this will be 24, x times x is x to the second, plus 6x minus 3x to the second. Negative times a negative is going to be positive 4x. And then combining like terms, I can see like terms here and here. That's going to be 24 minus 3 is going to be 21, x to the second. And then I have 6x plus 4x is plus 10x. And since we don't have any more numbers, that will be our solution.